menopause is an illusion.
What happens when three women, each rooted in body, beauty, and bold expression, gather inside a psychedelic roadside art and erotica museum in Tokyo? Surrounded by chaos, kitsch, and cosmic curiosities, we speak of change, sensuality, identity, and the power that lives within our shifting bodies. A burlesque icon, the 2003 Miss Exotic World Erochica Baboom, who ignited the burlesque scene in Japan. Miwa Komatsu, a beauty and wellness guide with deep knowledge of nourishment and hormonal transitions. And Snatch, a queer performance artist and dancer whose every gesture dissolves expectation. Welcome to part 1 of Climaxteria's Tokyo series. Come closer, you're not alone. Is menopause an illusion in Japan? Let's find out.
And why? Why is it like, in what way?
Actually, in the first moment, I felt so hot flash I got, but this feeling is like, oh, I'm like a teenager. Oh my gosh, I'm so hot.
Teenager.
And even though I used to live in Berlin in the winter time, but I'm still hot. I'm so good. I don't need like fluffy coat, jacket, anything. So I'm lucky. I love menopause. And the second time I'm crying a lot because I'm so moved, you know. My heart is always moving and waving and then feel romantic. Oh my gosh,
Feel
I'm like,
romantic?
yeah.
Wow.
I'm like a teenager girl.
What, you felt romantic when?
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's very rare, I think.
Really?
Because it's more depression and usually
Actually, depression has happened to me because it's not the menopause, because it's my relationship with my husband, ex-husband. That's why this is not the menopause because of him.
Okay.
So, I don't know which one is a reason.
No.
No, I didn't get it. Husband or menopause? Husband or menopause? Or just an illusion? That's like,
And you, what was your? Have you
Actually,
gone through? Or?
Well, I didn't have any symptoms, but I finished the menstruation. It was 56. So yes, it was pretty long, and then
Long.
yeah. But
Is that common? Like, is it very different from here?
Actually, well, not really common in Japan, but it usually they said that menopause starts from 38 to between the 66. 56. So it's about almost like a 20 years difference.
Like perimenopause could start like when you're 36.
But my sister-in-law, they finished it at 40, and she just completely stopped.
so early.
Yeah, could be. So you never know, and so I think a woman is really like they don't know when it started and when it's finished, and so that's
why illusion.
Illusion, and maybe when if you start to bleed earlier, maybe you'll stop bleeding, but that's also very different. Like if you get your period at 9, I wonder. Do you stop bleeding earlier?
Well,
yeah, some cultures it's common.
And also the how many pregnancy you have, and it depends on because you stop the menstruation during that time. So, but I have 3 kids, so maybe that causes I've longer.
Yeah.
We are all the same age.
Are you all?
Yeah.
Harumi-san, 60, 60, 61?
61.
60,
Yeah,
60.
I'm gonna turn 61 soon.
So you really are the wise women now. The 3 wise women, not the 3 wise men.
I don't know why though.
I don't know why. It's stupid.
Women are very depressed around the menopause because not just a symptom of the body, but just like a depression and no interest in anything. And that's so it's rare. It will become very hot and then more like moody, horny.
Horny, yeah. Is it horny? I was in my 50 years old. I was in Berlin. After period, the period stopped. And then I found a boyfriend.
Oh, good.
38 years old Italian guy.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm free to make love.
You don't need any protection.
Right.
Exactly. That is also an aspect that is interesting.
Every weekend I was so happy.
Yeah.
I think finally woman can enjoy the sex life and after the menopause.
This is the start. Being a woman.
A feeling of liberation, like freedom, like being.
After menstruation period.
Yeah.
Finish the
Finish
period.
the period.
You felt
I felt to the freedom.
Good.
To me, it was like I remembered who I was before sexual hormones. Like I remembered myself from being 6 years old, like being like very like playful and like free and very present. So yeah, to me it was also like it's been very much about remembering who I was. But on top of that, all the experiences I've had through life. But really good feeling, like something new.
Right.
But I think the depression could also be a little bit culturally, but it seems to be everywhere in the world that as a woman, you're supposed to.
I think it depends on the situation that each woman has.
Yeah.
Because my friend, she never felt menopause. So
I
it's
mean, any symptoms.
right, right.
She didn't feel any symptoms or
Nothing.
change?
Maybe she just didn't realize.
They,
or I
they
don't know.
said that about the 200 symptoms depends on the woman and the
200.
could be
200.
yeah, could be because of depression or like hot flash or like like any shaking or the less sleep and then so many symptoms. So you never know
What's for example, what is gonna happen? Only like crying and depression,
depression.
and hot flash and
and then like less sleep. You can go sleep.
really?
Or
irritated.
So
Irritated?
itchiness. And then the skin get more like
Dry.
Oh, really? Dry skin too?
Or losing hair.
Losing hair. Yes.
Losing hair?
Yeah.
That's true.
Ages.
Just ages.
No,
Yeah, must say.
so it's in the menopause.
So
because losing the woman,
But also that is just over a period of time. Since you're now after, like I am, but like being 60, it's maybe for younger women, there will be something else coming after. It's not.
don't be scared.
No. It's just a period of
Right,
or
just a
phase.
period.
Don't be scary.
But I heard recently it's a very good news because of we losing the female hormone and become after 60s we increase the masculine hormone like men's hormone, so that makes you more like forcing to the things or like more excitement and more like doing something, and that energy starts from the 60s because of we losing the female hormone, so it's covered by the men's hormone.
Yes, because it has started to come now that women, especially in the US, I think, it's not only estrogen that women start to take, but you also need testosterone. But I also think naturally, like you're bit into, that it increases.
So if it doesn't increase enough, so they have to apply the testosterone to the woman. That's what I heard.
Because testosterone is also important for women when it comes to sex drive and But here, in Japan, do people or women take hormones? We talked a little bit about that, or is it very?
Really?
I don't know. I'm asking.
But
I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, I find a book about produce testosterone for the woman in after 60s because they so depressed because you're losing the testosterone and then also the female hormone both, so it doesn't have enough energy to live. So they get testosterone for the woman. I'm very surprised, but they have those procedure for a woman too.
I have a friend that is a burlesque performer, or she's like a circus artist, and she didn't feel like performing anymore. And then when she started to take testosterone, she wanted to go up on stage again.
Who is that? Evelyn?
No, she's called Angela Wand. I'll show you. She's a really great host. She,
So, but funny thing is, men's losing testosterone, so they get very old.
Yes.
But the woman get more stronger after 60.
That is really, you really see women like older than 70s. They're super vital.
So, but the old men,
So
old women have a little bit more like a female hormone, so that doesn't really help for them. So it's just like whiny, and so it's kind of funny to competition.
Yeah.
So, between the woman and men.
Because I think it's also about returning to like, what do I want to do? Because estrogen kind of affects women in a way that you become a caretaker.
Exactly. Yeah.
But after estrogen, so I think with women that start to take estrogen, they kind of get stuck in that instead of fully transitioning over and becoming more free. And also going back to, what do I want?
Exactly.
And then that also radiates through your skin, your quality. Like, you will radiate if you're feeling happy. And so it's very much like a psychological thing with your mind too.
Not only for like a skin and hair, but for the more mind, because you being like a mother or a wife or like somebody's daughter, and you've been taking care of the parents and the kids and the husband. But now after 50, so you become more like yourself. So how would you like to enjoy your life in the rest of life until the 100 years old? So I think we have a lot of time. So you have to rethink about it by yourself, about your life. So that's I try to like. Motivate the women's.
Beautiful.